I'm 22M. I live alone in a small rented house at the edge of town. I work from home, don't have pets, don't have roommates, and I don't really go out much. My life is quiet, predictable, boring, honestly. That's why I don't have a good explanation for what's been happening. About 3 weeks ago, I started waking up at exactly 3:17 a.m. Not around that time, not 3:16 or 3:18, exactly 3:17. Every night, my eyes would just open, like someone had gently shaken me. I'd reach for my phone, already knowing what I'd see. 3:17. At first, I blamed stress, bad sleep cycle, too much time staring at screens. I'd roll over, close my eyes, and eventually drift off again. But one night, I stayed awake, and that's when I heard it. Breathing. Slow. Steady. Controlled. Not mine. Mine was shallow the second I noticed it. This breathing was calm, like someone standing in the corner of my bedroom, just there. I didn't look. I don't know why, but something in my head told me that if I turned around and confirmed it, it would become real in a way I couldn't undo. So I stared at the wall until it stopped. The next morning, I told myself it was a dream, except my bedroom door was open. I always close it before I sleep. After that, small things started happening. My phone charger would be on the opposite side of the bed, a kitchen cabinet slightly open, a glass in the sink I didn't remember using. Nothing dramatic, just enough to make me doubt my memory. The mirror was when it stopped being subtle. I was brushing my teeth before bed, zoning out, staring at my reflection. I leaned forward to spit into the sink. My reflection followed, just slightly late. It was barely noticeable, a fraction of a second, but I saw it. I straightened up quickly. This time, it matched me perfectly. I told myself I imagined it, so I tested it. I tilted my head to the side. It followed. Then I blinked. It didn't, just for a split second. Then it blinked twice quickly, like it was correcting itself. My mouth felt neutral. I know it did. But my reflection's lips curved upward slightly. A small, knowing smile. I stepped back so fast I hit the bathroom door. When I looked again, it was normal. Just me, pale, tired. That night, I covered every mirror in my house with towels. The next morning, the towels were folded neatly on my kitchen table. I live alone. After that, I started losing time. I'd sit down at my desk at 2:10 p.m., and suddenly it would be 4:30. My emails would be answered, work completed. I read through what I'd sent. It sounded like me, but sharper, more confident. A coworker messaged me and said, "You've been really on it lately." I don't feel on it. I feel exhausted. Then I found the voice recordings. They were in my phone's voice memo app. I don't remember making them. All time-stamped 3:17 a.m. I listened to the first one with my hands shaking. It started with silence. Then the faint sound of sheets moving. Then my voice whispered, very close to the microphone, "He's still fighting." Another voice responded, also mine, same tone, slightly lower. "He won't much longer." I paused it because I felt like I couldn't breathe. When I finished it, both voices spoke at the same time. We're almost aligned. I don't remember recording that. I installed a security camera in my bedroom. If I was losing my mind, I needed proof. Last night, I forced myself to stay awake past 3:17, 3:14, 3:15, 3:16. My chest felt tight, but nothing happened. 3:17. Silence. I felt relief wash over me. then I blinked. And it was morning. Sunlight through the blinds. My phone in my hand. A notification from the camera. Motion detected at 3:17 a.m. I opened the footage. At 3:16, I'm sitting upright in bed, staring at the wall. At 3:17, my head turns slowly toward the camera. My face is blank. I stand up. The way I move is wrong. Too straight. Too controlled. I walk out of frame. The room is empty for about 30 seconds. Then something steps into view. It looks like me, but slightly taller. Head tilted at an angle that makes my stomach twist. It walks to the bed, leans down, and whispers into the pillow. Then it looks directly into the camera and smiles. Not surprised, annoyed. The footage glitches. At 3:19, I walk back into frame. Normal posture, normal expression. I lie down and close my eyes. I don't remember any of it. I check the hallway camera. At 3:18, my bedroom door opens and I step out. But at the exact same time, the bedroom camera still shows that other version of me inside. Two of me. One leaving. One staying. The one in the bedroom stares into the camera until the image distorts. Then it disappears. It's 3:15 a.m. right now while I'm writing this. All the lights are on. I can hear breathing behind me again. Slow. Steady. Patient. I haven't turned around. Because I don't think it wants to hurt me. I think it's waiting. Waiting for 3:17. Because at 3:17 a.m., only one of us gets to wake up. And I'm starting to think that lately, it hasn't been me.
I'm 23M. I rent a narrow 2-story house that was built in the 70s. Thin walls, cheap insulation. You can hear everything in this place. Pipes, wind, even neighbors 2 houses down if they're loud enough. That's why I noticed the knocking immediately. It wasn't loud. It wasn't aggressive. It was deliberate. 3 soft taps inside the wall next to my bed. The first time it happened, I assumed it was plumbing. Old houses make noise. But the tapping happened again the next night. 3 taps. Pause. 3 taps. Always at 2:48 a.m. I started staying up to listen for it. One night, I put my ear against the wall. Silence. Then, 3 taps, right next to my ear. I nearly fell backward. It wasn't random. It wasn't settling wood. It felt like a response. So I did something stupid. I tapped back, 3 times. There was a pause. Then 3 taps returned, exactly matching mine. My stomach dropped. I didn't sleep that night. The next morning, I inspected the wall. No holes, no cracks, just drywall. I told myself it had to be pipes, maybe pressure changes. But the tapping kept happening, every night. 2:48 a.m. Then it started happening during the day. Soft movement inside the walls, like someone shifting their weight. Once, while sitting on my couch, I heard something slide slowly upward inside the wall behind me. Upward. Like someone climbing between studs. I called my landlord. He sent someone to check for rodents. They found nothing. No droppings, no nests, no damage. The tapping stopped for 2 nights. I almost felt relieved. Then, on the 3rd night, I woke up at 2:48 a.m. No tapping, just silence. Then I heard something new. Breathing. Inside the wall, above my head. Not moving, not climbing, just breathing. Slow, controlled, like it was resting. I didn't tap back this time. I lay there completely still. After about a minute, the breathing stopped. Then I heard something drag slowly downward inside the wall until it reached floor level. Then I heard it move. Not inside the wall anymore, on the floor, in my room. Soft, barely audible. A shift of weight. I didn't move. I didn't look. Then 3 taps came from the side of my bed. Not the wall, the wooden frame. 3 slow taps. I turned on the lamp so fast I knocked it over. Nothing was there. But the wall behind the bed had a small dent in it. 3 small circular impressions in the drywall, evenly spaced, at the height where a hand would be. I'm sleeping with the lights on now. The tapping hasn't happened again. But every night at 2:48, I hear something settle inside the wall, like it's adjusting, like it's getting comfortable.
I'm 24F. I've been seeing the same therapist for about 8 months for anxiety and sleep problems. Nothing dramatic, just stress, racing thoughts, trouble staying asleep. He's calm, methodical, the kind of person who speaks slowly and writes everything down. 3 weeks ago, something shifted. In the middle of a session, he looked up from his notes and said, "Tell me about the hallway again." I frowned. "What hallway?" He didn't smile. "The one in your apartment. The one you avoid at night." "I live in a studio. There is no hallway." I told him that. He blinked a few times, like he'd misread something. Then he nodded and said he must have mixed up his notes. It unsettled me, but I let it go. The next session was worse. He asked, very gently, "Is he still standing at the end of your bed?" I felt my stomach drop. "Who?" I asked. "The man," he said, glancing at his notebook. "Tall, slightly hunched, doesn't move when you look directly at him." I had never described anything like that. I don't see things. I don't hallucinate. I came to therapy because I can't sleep, not because I think someone's in my room. I told him that. He looked confused, not defensive, not caught, just confused. "You described him very clearly last week," he said. "You were quite detailed." He read from his notes. The description matched what he'd just said. The problem is, those words weren't mine. At the end of the session, as I stood to leave, he said quietly, "You don't remember calling me, do you?" My chest tightened. "I never call you," I said. He tilted his head slightly. "You called 2 nights ago, around 3:12 a.m. I wake up at 3:12 a.m. almost every night. I've never told him that. I went home and checked my phone. There it was, an outgoing call to his office number, 3:13 a.m. Duration, 6 minutes. I don't remember waking up. I don't remember dialing. I don't remember talking. There was also a saved voicemail in my phone, time-stamped 3:14 a.m. I listened to it with my hand over my mouth. It was my voice. Calm. Clear. "I can see him better now," it said. There was a pause, then my voice again, slightly softer. "He's closer to you than you think." The message ended. I sat there for a long time, staring at my phone. The next day, I confronted him. He looked shaken when I told him I didn't remember the call. "You were whispering," he said, "the entire time. You described my office, the way the lamp flickers, the scratch on the side of my desk." I've only been in his office during the day. Then he said something that made my skin go cold. "You told me not to turn around." I asked what he meant. He swallowed. "You said if I turned around, he'd know I could see him." His office building closes at 8 p.m. No overnight staff. No one inside after hours. That night, I searched the building online and found that they have a live lobby camera feed on their website. Out of morbid curiosity, I scrolled back to the archive for 2 nights ago. At 3:15 a.m., the elevator doors opened. No one else in the lobby. The doors slid apart slowly, and someone stepped out. It looked like me. Same height, same coat I wear to appointments. The figure walked past the camera without looking up. I checked my own security camera from my apartment hallway. At 3:12 a.m. that same night, my door never opened. I never left. My next appointment was supposed to be this Friday. He called and rescheduled it. "Let's move it to 3:12 p.m., he said. He didn't explain why. Last night, at exactly 3:12 a.m., my phone rang. His number. I didn't answer. A voicemail came through. 3 seconds long. Just breathing. Slow. Controlled. Then a whisper. Not his voice. Mine. She's starting to remember. I haven't decided if I'm going to the appointment, but it's 3:11 a.m. right now, and I'm wide awake. Because I'm starting to wonder if the version of me that calls him at night is the one that actually needs the therapy.